What's something that sounds horrible, but is actually pleasurable once you try it? Riding your bike long distances. It won't be pleasurable until you condition your butt and build your baseline. But once you do a ride through the countryside at a leisurely pace is one of life's great pleasures, and will inevitably make you feel like a kid again. Cue that one person that has to post about their horrific childhood in response to my last point. Skydiving. You do feel nervous the first time right before you jump out of the plane, but after that the rush is amazing and lasts for a couple hours. My first time, the ride up was just so calming. All of the nerves I thought I would have just turned into this very zen feeling. Definitely an amazing, albeit expensive, experience. Having your ears cleaned out by someone else. Yeah baby, when I was in high school I was water skiing and took a hard fall that dislodged a giant earwax ball that clogged my ear. A nurse squirted some warm water in both my ears until all the wax came out. It seemed like I could hear leaves rustling from a mile away after that. A vacation where you basically have no Wi-Fi or data access. After an initial withdrawal period, it's really amazing to feel present in the moment. When my friends and I go camping we drive to an island on a river that is in the middle of nowhere. There is no Wi-Fi, no electricity, no running water and no other people. It's the most relaxing thing in the world. We try to do it a few weekends a year if not for a full week at a time. Not procrastinating. Edit. Thanks for the silver. I've never gotten an award before. Yeah. I need to get to homework. Why did you do this to me? Getting your back cracked. My boyfriend cracked my back when we started dating and I was scared because of how loud the videos were online and stuff. But holy shit I'm begging him to do it now and we have a routine. Cliche but the first roller coaster ride at an amusement park. The first one you haven't experienced the stomach drop in a while and your heart is hammering and your knees are shaking a bit and your friends ask where and you immediately say the front and mentally shoot yourself in the mouth for your stupidity. You get to the front of the line and one of your friends takes all the stuff and says he'll see you guys when you finish. You wish you could join him. A bored employee straps you in and fear takes your heart and makes a stress ball out of it. You are pleading to God that the roller coaster doesn't kill you. You don't even believe in God. You're at the top of the hill now and holy shit then just pure ducking ecstasy. The ride finishes and you turn to your friend, a giant blinding smile painting itself across every inch of your face and you say can we go again? Great feeling really. Those scalp massager things that kind of look like alien torture devices. Those feel so ducking good, like non-sexual orgasms. Waking up early to have a coffee as the sun rises. Be in the north. Sun rises at 10 AM in the winter. Profit. Eating vegetables. I'm working on eating healthier and I'm still not eating salads but I'll eat veggies in a stir fry at least. Pretty much every vegetable does well roasted in an oven. You can season it to your preferences, or just use salt and let the vegetable shine. But either way a nice roast does them well. I'm a big fan of roasted beets, broccoli, butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, and sweet potatoes. Yum. Going in a capsule type water slide. It's really tense in the line when you know how it works, and the noises are frightening. But once you go, you see it's a really cool feeling of going very fast in a tube. Both times that I tried this, I just imagined myself as those tubes they had at the bank. It made the experience much more enjoyable. Backpacking. Carrying your food, shelter, and necessities for upwards of 15 miles a day until you drop. Eating dehydrated food, not knowing when you'll come across water again and what condition it'll be in. Sweating and stinking for days. I ducking love it. I love the silence, the time alone with my thoughts, enjoying nature. My needs are simple: walk, eat, drink water, and the burger, beer, and shower I have when I get back to civilization are more enjoyable than the finest meal I've ever eaten. Drilling a hole through your fingernail. I had my thumb crushed by a winch handle and it started bleeding under my thumbnail and swelling straight away and it was very painful. I started to drill the nail and then chickened out. The next morning I woke up in extreme pain from my entire hand and couldn't move my thumb. The pressure of the swelling was slowly pushing my thumbnail off, so that gave me the courage to drill it, and as soon as it broke through the nail, blood squirted everywhere and the pressure was relieved. The sensation of relief was amazing. 10 out of 10 would drill hole in my fingernail again. LASIK eye surgery. 15 minutes on the table. Very weird to be awake and you can smell the laser cut your eyes. Afterward, your eyes are very hazy, but you can see the new clarity. No pain. Great investment. Going to the movie theater alone. I really hate how it feels weird to have friends to go to a theater. It's the one social experience where you literally can't talk to anyone you go with. Switching your phone off for an entire weekend. Or if I have a small errand to run, I forget my phone at home and just hop in the car and go. My phone broke early last year and I went a month before buying a proper one. Survived on one of those cheap drug dealer phones. It was refreshing not seeing social media WhatsApp games for most of the day until I got home. Only took me about a day to get back into old habits though. Going to the gym several times a week. There are plenty of times I don't want to go to the gym, but I do it anyway, because after I'm done, I've never regretted having gone. Actually committing to learning a new language improves memory, plus now you're bilingual. Throwing up when you have an upset stomach. It sucks before and during, but after you feel so much better. Obviously sometimes that's not the case, but I remember times when I ate something bad and was in bad stomach pain until I vomited and felt instant relief. I dread throwing up so much, but there comes a point that I just force myself to do so if my stomach is upset. A few weeks ago, I had some type of bug and I spent the entire night in absolute pain. I was crying due to my nausea. Upon throwing up, I felt so empty and so relieved. It was beautiful because I could feel the pain slowly going away. P.S. If anyone is throwing up due to a bug or something, always remember to stay as hydrated as possible. Nasal irrigation. I thought it would sting. Turns out the right salinity levels make it extremely comfortable to drain your schnoz. I've seen some gnarly things come out my nose during a sinus infection. Having an abscess tooth extracted. Before the procedure, it was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. I went in to have it pulled and the dentist tried to explain to me that they could save the tooth, blah blah blah. I was in so much pain I just said, take it out please. They numbed me up but it didn't touch the pain I was in. After a few minutes of them playing around in my mouth with a pick and pliers, I started to feel pressure on my jaw and the tooth popped out. The dentist was surprised and said, "Yep, I bet that feels better." He said a bunch of infection came out, which is what he was vacuuming out. Immediate relief, like no pain at all. Relief to the point that I was in ecstasy. I almost cried. When you try proving something in mathematics and you do it, best feeling ever. Not giving a duck about what people think. I've been unintentionally making more friends since doing this. A pickleback. Taking a shot of whiskey and then a shot of pickle brine doesn't sound like a good time. However, unless you simply dislike the taste of pickles, it's awesome. It seems as though the brine somehow neutralizes the whiskey. My girlfriend, who otherwise hates any sort of shot or straight liquor, and otherwise isn't a big drinker at all, will do 3 picklebacks in a row. Sensory deprivation tanks. You strip down and get in a tank of body temperature salt water. The room is soundproof and pitch black. You just lie there for a bit and hallucinate. It sounds terrifying, especially for people with claustrophobia, but it's an incredible experience and like anything I'd ever done before. I highly suggest everyone try it. Edit. Jesus ducking Christ. I logged back in this morning with 92 notifications. You'll need to chill. I thought I was getting spammed. Other notes. I know of Joe Rogan but don't listen to his podcast. I have tinnitus. Honestly, your heartbeat and blood flow are just as loud. Yes, you can have vivid hallucinations without drugs. That's kind of the whole point. Doesn't seem to work for everyone. But it sounds like some places don't actually deprive all your senses. Who the duck plays rain noises in these things? Those wire spider things you scratch your head with. My TENS unit. Sending small electrical shocks through your muscles sounds like torture, but when you set it up right there is a twinge of pain and then it subsides. It's great. Even better is a pressure mat, aka a bed of nails. I've fallen asleep on mine more than once due to how relaxing it is. For your information, try to avoid this, as being woken by little stabby pains when you roll over and you sleep is unfun. But I also fall asleep in MRI machines, so take that how you will. Being incredibly shy about your interests, then finding someone with the same interests and talking about it, losing track of time in the processes. Public bathhouse in Japan, or onsen. I don't think it qualifies as sounding horrible, but I think a lot of people feel uncomfortable getting naked and bathing alongside strangers. However, once you get over the initial jitters, it's absolutely amazing. No one cares. No one is judging. Everyone is just enjoying the amazing hot spring. Our most recent visit was the Hiwajima bathhouse and we spent almost the entire day there. It was like a glorious spa day. Best comment of the day. Piece of advice. If your stomach is telling you to throw up after you ate something questionable, just throw up. I once had food allergy to some chicken sandwich I ate, and turns out it was because of the preservative in the sauce. I woke up the next morning with a horrible rash and couldn't breathe and had to be rushed to the ER. My doctor said that I could have avoided it if I just threw instead of sleeping and trying to avoid it.